Hey there, YouTubers. Figured I'd, my oldest daughter started kindergarten, so every day I walk her to school and I take the wagon. I know I posted a video about the wagon, but I haven't really posted a video of how it was built. That right there is the top of the wagon. This right here is the frame. As I said, it was built out of an old four-wheeler. As you can see, the round steel was the original four-wheeler, and then it goes into the square steel, which is all of what I've added. I literally just put pretty much a truss in there. Doing some maintenance on it today, so I had it ripped apart. Figured I'd throw a video at you guys. It's been a while. It's starting to handle more and more kids, especially since I take my daughter home from school and to school with it. So a lot of the kids like to hop on it. I added a gas lift shock to it. Kind of helps with some of the suspension. Same 350 watt 24 volt motor. It's mounted right to the swing arm, so I don't really have to worry about a chain tensioner or anything like that, because the motor swings with the tires, or with the axle I should say. This right here where the hitch is mounted is actually one of the side steps where you would step on the four-wheeler. I just turned it upside down and welded it in place and used it as where I could put a hitch, because the trailer gets mounted to that. Two, I believe they're Super Start Marine batteries, 130 amp hours. So at 24 volts, I have 130 amp hours. That motor at full tilt, I believe, draws like 18 tops or something like that. So I get quite a bit of runtime out of this. Here is how I reverse it and also use the electronic braking. I have a switching relay. Very simply, it just switches what this controller right here. Here's my controller. Can't really get it out there. I mounted a heat sink to it, and a fan helps keep it cool, because it definitely gets whooped on. But all that is simply linked up to the controller. I just extended the wires to the throttle, and then this little button triggers the relay, which allows for it to reverse. Pulling it forward is fine, but if you try and push it in reverse, it's harder to push in reverse unless you push the button, and then it's easy to push in reverse. That's just the switching relay doing its job. It's pretty much dead shorting the motor and allowing you to have electronic brakes, because I don't have any other form of braking on this. I haven't really needed it. It goes, 3 miles an hour. The other battery is a lithium battery I got from a buddy of mine. It runs the lights that are under it. That's pretty much it. Just grab yourself a wonderful four-wheeler, chop it in half, and just stretch the frame. As I said, you can see where it goes from round to square. That's where the original frame was, as opposed to the frame that I added. The hardest part was finding and getting batteries to fit in here just right, because I can't just put a small battery in there. I have to make sure that it's going to last a long time. But the connections, this is a piece of Lexant. It allows the batteries to be bolted and braced together at the studs. And then my 0 gauge hyper wire that daisy chains the two 12 volt batteries together. That's about it. This basically just bolts right on with the carriage bolts, and then the two side compartments are the last thing to go on. Eventually they'll be getting painted, but the two side compartments bolt onto the bottom of it so that I have more storage, so that I don't have to use the wagon itself to store things, and I have more room for the kids to move around in. If you have any questions or are trying to build your own, feel free to ask. Take care. Please remember to like and subscribe.